Trapped in a labyrinth and slowly losing her mind, will Princess Diana be able to save not only herself but a young child in need? Well, let's hop into the pages of Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 10 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up directly from where the last issue had left off, Wonder Woman had managed to make her way inside the mythical labyrinth in an attempt to try and track down any clues that might lead her to her lost Amazonian sisters. Unfortunately, all Diana ended up finding there was a new friend in the form of Ferdinand the Minotaur, who, as I discovered, actually is a Greg Rucka creation, not a new one, as well as a new version of Queen Clea, who has managed to get together an army of fishmen to try and kidnap a young girl named Petra, who is herself a junior siren who hasn't exactly grown into her voice yet, and seriously, that is the most sword and sandal sentence I think I have ever spoken on this channel. Also, if you're wondering why these fishmen are serving Queen Clea, Wonder Woman actually has a pretty astute explanation, saying that every despot will eventually find their henchmen. Or vice versa, Ferdinand heroically throws himself in the way of the fishmen's arrows, allowing Wonder Woman and Petra the chance to escape. Wonder Woman makes a promise to return and save Ferdinand first chance she gets, and this scene again ends up becoming so much better when you remember that these two did know each other in the main universe, and that their friendship even manages to transcend this darker, more twisted absolute universe. Princess Diana becoming the protector of this young girl too also ends up knocking loose a bunch more memories from her time on Hell Island. Specifically, the first day her mother sent her off to combat. Most parents end up sending their kid off to school, but Wonder Woman is no ordinary child. There's clearly a million things that Circe wants to say right now. She fears for Diana's safety, but at the same time, she knows that her adopted daughter has been preordained for greater things. Now, who or what exactly is it that young Wonder Woman is coming up against? Well, it's a giant Black Panther with a bloody face, who may or may not actually be an agent of Artemis, perhaps even Artemis herself. The Panther attempts to goad the Princess of Hell into a fight, saying that if she will not fight, she will die, she will lose blood and bone, maybe even an arm, but no, not that arm, not yet anyway. In a truly defining moment of characterization, even at this young age, Wonder Woman refuses to fight for no reason, even against a creature as scary as this, saying that there's a lot of scary things on Hell Island, but usually those creatures are misunderstood or scared themselves. The Panther sees fit to try and test Wonder Woman's resolve by not going after her, but by instead going after a defenseless turtle. Wonder Woman may not fight for herself without a reason, but the second you give her a reason, like someone weaker that needs protecting, well then she's more than ready to jump into battle. Even though sadly for her at this young age, she isn't exactly cut out for the warrior lifestyle yet. She ends up getting absolutely thrashed, and Circe has to take her home to nurse her wounds. It's that night the Hecate ends up coming to Circe once again. It seems that the sorceress is beginning to lose faith in this course of action. If Wonder Woman is truly meant to be a weapon to strike at the heart of the gods and to upseat their corrupt order, then why did she also need to be a little girl with hopes and dreams and a heart full of love? The Hecate says that's exactly why she was chosen to pull off this important task. That man's world has always underestimated little girls, and that Diana will one day use that to her advantage. Furthermore, her kindness is exactly the sort of thing the wicked and corrupted gods she'll be fighting could never ever possibly comprehend. As far as fighting goes, had this been a better world, she probably would have learned the art of combat right alongside her Amazon sisters, but this is not a good world. And it looks like the Princess of Hell is going to need to take quite a few more beatings before she eventually ends up getting the hang of this. Now, back in the maze, Wonder Woman is able to retrace her steps and send Petra through the same portal that she used to enter it in the first place. Obviously, Steve Trevor and the others are pretty surprised to see a blue-skinned half-girl, half-fish come flopping onto their floor, even more confused too as they remember, hey, Wonder Woman can change her shape? Is this Wonder Woman? I don't know, maybe we should get her some water just to be safe. Now, after we switch on back to Wonder Woman, she decides to make her way deeper into the maze to try and rescue Ferdinand. Unfortunately, it's while on her mission. The maze ends up activating another aspect of its deadly series of traps, this time a high dose of psychoactive dust that causes Wonder Woman to hallucinate. Basically, they drugged her and now she's tripping balls. This does, however, offer the art team the opportunity to get all abstract and psychedelic. Wonder Woman sees the fishmen, but only as weird, fiery outlines. Queen Clea says that perhaps if her and her fishmen cannot do in the Princess of Hell, then perhaps the pit will. Though even in her mentally compromised state, Wonder Woman isn't dumb enough to just jump down some mysterious well. However, when when Clea throws the scientist, a mysterious individual whose face we cannot see, ends up getting thrown in first. Wonder Woman has no choice but to follow behind to protect him, and as the comet comes to a close, she ends up coming face to face with the champion of the pit, an even larger, more deadlier creature than the Fishman with his own complete fiery outline. But who is this foe, and can Wonder Woman overcome them? Well, I guess we'll have to check back on in for the next issue to find out, won't we? And so that was Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 10, everybody, and once again, I thought this was a really solid issue. The stuff in the maze is good, but the flashback stuff is even better. Leave it to Kelly Thompson to end up finding another really interesting angle to explore this Absolute Wonder Woman's origin from. I never even stopped to consider how she would have become the combatant she became without the Amazon's guiding hand. And the answer is, it was tough. Her mother and some of the other gods basically had to gaslight her into fighting for her life and beat the crap out of her as a poor kid to make sure she was strong enough to do what she had to do as an adult. Furthermore, as if I needed another excuse, Circe continues to be probably my favorite character in this brand new series. She's just so deep, multi-layered, and nuanced. In her, you truly see all the trials and tribulations of not just adopted parenthood, but parenthood in general blown up to an epic, godly scale. Her pain is palpable, and your heart breaks for her knowing that she will have to give up her adopted daughter, basically the only good thing in her entire life, if it means saving the world. That's not just great writing in and of itself, it's quintessential Greek tragedy, which, considering that this is a Wonder Woman book, is pretty damn perfect, which is why I would give this one another very well-deserved 8.5 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.